बाकी आगे कहेंगे तो आप भी साथी हो, आप भी हो, आप भी हो। जब परिस्थिति आती है बहुत कोई समझाने लगते हैं कि ये तो होगा ही ना, इतना तो चाहिए, ये तो होता ही है, चलता ही है, इसको क्या कहेंगे, एक वार्ता कहेंगे, साथी है तो सब साथी है, विशेष नहीं। इसको कहते हैं एक वृत्ता वार्ता को ऐसे बच्चे अति प्रिय, ऐसे बच्चों की हर समय की सर्व जिम्मेवारियां स्वयं अपने ऊपर उठाते, इसलिए ऐसी वरदानी आत्माएं हर समय हर परिस्थिति में वरदानों की प्राप्ति संपन्न स्थिति अनुभव करते हैं और सदा सहज पार करते हैं और पासविद आदर बनते। जब वरदाता सर्व जिम्मेवारियां उठाने के लिए रेडी है, फिर अपने ऊपर जिम्मेवारी का बोझ क्यों उठाते हो? समझाना सभी ने समझा।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 17. Divine Sanskar, Divine World, Daivi Sanskar, Daivi Sansar, constant and stable. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone is well, okay? Yes. Yeah, seeing everyone, I can see everyone is very well, very okay. We had been paying attention and noticing, practicing how much our intellect always went to Baba, the remembrance of Baba, taking help from Baba, power from Baba. Because to be consistent, in Hindi we use the word ek ras. Ek is one and ras is deep experience. Ras really means juice, no? But also ras means mind is deeply experiencing something, enjoying something, they say. Uh, They use the word man ras. So I was practicing during Baba's remembrance to look at how I can remain just in one ek ras. So I decided that Baba, my all relationships are with Baba, my all attainments are there. And deeply I found that yes, there is a lot of contentment and there is no unfulfillment or subtle desires which are not fulfilled. So when I was observing that, and then I said, let's decide which kind of deep experience and what kind of rest or deeply what I want to feel. So I took Baba as ocean of love, that I have to be consistent and stable, kind of merged in God's love. Baba had been saying that we children have to be very, very loveful with everyone. This morning, Murli Baba had been saying of you cannot be loud, you should be very calm, very sweet, peaceful, especially when it is Baba's task. Baba said you will need some tolerance sometimes if necessary, but you don't have to be loud. So stability there, very stable. And consistent means how long can I stay in just one experience? And that one experience I tried was of love for God, love from God, love for God and love from God. And I just stay very consistent, just Baba's love. And deeply within what we call as vritti, very subtle, let's say if there is very subtle attachment, there will be fluctuations subtly, very subtly. Anything which is in your intellect is worrying you or you want to see something happen in a particular way and it's not happening. It's very subtle flickering in our attitude, in our vritti, which is very connected with samriddhi. So how one makes very stable, deep within, very, very stable. And then you can be consistent 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you really observe yourself. And when you observe, then you notice what is popping up, what is coming up in a very subtle way. And that doesn't help with to be consistent. So if I have, that means ek vrata comes here, my all relationships with one Baba, my all attainments, I have all attainments from Baba. And my attainments are not what any human being can give me. But Baba brings that fulfillment. That is how we feel very blessed also. So Baba, I received everything from Baba, nothing lacking. So when there is this deep contentment, deep fulfillment, then there is no flickering, no fluctuation, no up and down. So I stayed 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, just experiencing God's deep love, pure love. The love is power, it's a strength, it's support. And then I took peace, to be consistent in peace. Baba as ocean of peace. And it's a very, very beautiful experience. Even for 10 minutes, whenever 5 minutes, just take one quality of Baba. So I took two. I took love, I took peace. And it's like you are absorbing. It's like you are sucking, Baba gives also example that there are some bees, honeybee, when they are sucking from the flower, even the flower closes, they are so merged and sucking. So if internally I look at that stage and make effort and do the practice of being in one ras, that means just one quality of remembrance from remembrance of Baba. When there is this inner stability, then even whatever different scenes of drama, different situations, circumstances come, but it will be very easy to be unshakable or to pass with honor, as Baba said. It is only we have to work internally, then externally we will see that stability. But, oh, I am very brave, so I can face something is different. I am courageous, I can do everything is different, but it's coming from deep inner stability or being consistent inside brings the power. And then whatever one does, there is very deep, natural, pure love for not only every soul, but whatever we are doing, we do it with love. There is a lot of peace. There is no upheaval. Anything you hear, anything you have to face, internally there is no upheaval. Just deep stability. So as we will be practicing this, as maintaining this state of being stable and consistent, akras, observe yourself deep within. What is there which creates any wasteful thoughts? Like Baba said today, when you have wasteful conversation or thoughts, it disturbs others. Wasteful thoughts disturb the atmosphere and the vibrations. And wasteful conversation or words create wasteful thoughts in others. It's a subtle burden which comes on the soul. So many want to know what are the subtle efforts we have to make. How do we make our intellect subtle? So learn to observe your own self. Make time. We have time when we sit half an hour in Baba's remembrance, even now, we have enough time, right? If you decide to take 15 minutes, just purity. Or super sensitive joy. Baba is the one who removes sorrow and give us joy, give us happiness. And ask yourself, watch yourself, am I really happy? I mean, happiness has deep connection with contentment. And now when Baba says my Bandara, my treasure store is full and it's open, unlocked. So I have to fill in myself, right? How do I fill all that? How to make myself full with Baba's treasures? When you fill yourself, or when I fill myself, then they belong to me, right? I'm not depending only on Baba's treasure store, but my treasure store should also be full, right? And how will my treasure store be full? As I keep taking, applying, it becomes the part. And that's where really divine sanskars are emerging. Yes, there is possibility that sometimes you can't have that much consistent experience from Baba. Then you have to check what is there deeply within you, which you need to remove or take care or clear it. Because everything emerges in the form of thought, in the form of attitude, sometimes in our drishti, sometimes through our words. And that is why knowledge and then dharana is a very, very good way to, as much my dharana is good. That means I do what today Baba said, no reflections, churning for the mind. One is through intellect, but one is in practical. Actually, nowadays, very, very often during day, we should just create Silence of intellect. Tell intellect, don't think. Overthinking of intellect. Ideas keep coming, planning keep happening. We don't need it. Intellect should also think as much necessary. So there is clarity. You are very essential. So that not only there is clarity, but there is substance. There is power in that. That's why today Baba said, path of bhakti, lot of noise, right? Path of knowledge, manmanabha, silence. Anytime you find intellect, mind is not clear, just go in deep silence, silence of intellect, no more thinking. Once I was in Kashmir, many years ago. So they do harvesting of many good quality nuts. Of course, they have apples, lot of apples. But then they have walnuts and almonds and lot of fields and saffron. So they cultivate the farms for a year, and one season they don't cultivate and then they cultivate. I said, why you all do that? They say, because we want land to be more fertile. If we do it more often, then the quality will not be there. So that's way silence of land in a way too, right? So how important for us to have this deep silence of intellect, deep silence of mind, especially intellect. And when intellect is silent, mind will automatically be silent. And this will help you to really, really feel you are in Baba as the ocean, as you are merged in ocean of love. Yeah, you all have the experience of going in the ocean, right? Watching ocean is different, but we go in the ocean. So Baba as ocean of love, just you enter there and you stay in that. So as long as you can stay, that means you are consistent, that much you are absorbing and you are becoming. The treasure is becoming yours. So ek ras is not, one is of course externally, uh, you can deal with situations, you can deal with people, but that is very external. But your stability and to be consistent is more with how long you can just stay with Baba. Didi Mohini used to tell us, even to get thoughts of service while you are in yoga is not good yoga. Some say, oh, I get a lot of ideas when I'm in yoga. But then you need power, right, to implement that yoga. You need blessings, you need cooperation, you need resources. So deep, deep silence and stage of being merged. Whether you sit, sometimes Amrit Vela, some have good Amrit Vela, some are still wandering, like get a lot of thoughts. But when I looked at Ekras and I deeply thinking of Ekras, that is constant and stable inside, it's possible, it's easy, and we should do it. Just take one quality of Baba, one relationship with Baba, and just stay as long as you can. If you have half an hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, so that you are really, really absorbing, sucking, becoming, taking the treasures. And that is making Baba belong to me, in other words. I belong to Baba. Baba belongs to me. So this feeling of Baba belonging to me will be very natural and more consistent. So remain unshakable, stable, consistent by maintaining remembrance of one Supreme Baba, teacher, Sadguru, guide. Right? So tomorrow we will make time, few times a day, and go into these deep experiences of making Baba belong to me. Right? Very good. I want to say hello to Thai family. I am seeing them beautifully sitting like swans, you know. It's Thursday morning there, and Baba's holy swans are sitting there. Wow, lovely. Maintaining whatever is needed, sitting distance, but looks so beautiful. Each one is like a little achalgar. Achalgar also means unmovable and stable. So Baba's love, one day of Sadguru for you, and pleasing Baba's heart, taking all blessings from Baba, one day of Sadguru. Om Shanti to everyone.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Journey, Mama's Murli, a wealth of wisdom from the one destined to be Lakshmi.
जाने क्या थी खूबियाँ माँ तुम्हारे प्यार में, माँ तुम्हारे प्यार में, पालना माँ की अमर है आज तक संसार में, आज तक संसार में, जाने क्या थी खूबियाँ।
कि हम जो करेंगे सो पाएंगे, और बिना किए पा तो सकते ही नहीं है। लेकिन अभी सिर्फ रोशनी मिलती है कि करना क्या है, क्योंकि मनुष्य तो समझते हैं नहीं कि अच्छा भाई अच्छा करना है। अच्छा भी क्या है, अच्छे का भी नॉलेज होना चाहिए ना, अच्छी चीज क्या है, सबसे श्रेष्ठ कर्म कौन से है, वो बैठ कर करके अभी बाप समझाते हैं कि कर्मों को श्रेष्ठ बनाना, जिसके ऊपर फिर कोई कर्म करने की जरूरत न रहे, ऐसे श्रेष्ठ कर्म कौन से हैं। तो उसकी बैठ कर करके अभी बाप नॉलेज देते हैं कि सबसे ऊंचे में ऊंच, श्रेष्ठ में श्रेष्ठ कर्म कौन से। तो श्रेष्ठ कर्म तभी है जिस कर्म करने से फिर हमको कोई बात करने की दरकार न रहे। तो वो चीज अभी सिखलाते हैं कि कंप्लीट पवित्र कैसे बनो। तो अभी कंप्लीट पवित्र बनाने की अथवा कंप्लीट अपने श्रेष्ठ कर्म बनाने की अभी नॉलेज बैठ करके बाप देते हैं, जिससे हमारे कैसे पिछले पाप भी दगद होवे और आगे के लिए भी हमारे कंप्लीट पवित्र कर्म बने, जिसके आधार से हम उसी पवित्रता की प्रारब्ध को पाए, जिसमें फिर हमारे को कोई कर्म करना न पड़े। बाकी जो हम करते आए हैं ना, वो अलग काल के हैं, वो श्रेष्ठ कर्म सदा के लिए नहीं है, यानी सदा की प्राप्ति के लिए। इसीलिए उनको कहेंगे अलग काल की प्राप्ति के कर्म। तो उनको हम श्रेष्ठ कर्म जो कंप्लीट कर्म है उसके भेंट में नहीं कहेंगे। वो है थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा करता है, जैसे किसने दान किया, मानो अच्छा दूसरे धर्म में जन्म में क्या होगा, उसको अच्छा है, उसका धन दान करने के एवज में उसको धन मिलेगा, तो चलो शाहूकार होगा ना, बस इतना ही उसको फल मिला। यहाँ जो भी जितना थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा किया उसका मिला, लेकिन उससे ऐसा तो नहीं है ना कि कंप्लीट पवित्रता का बल मिलेगा जिससे सब कुछ प्राप्त हो। नहीं, धन मिला तो फिर कोई रोग होगा, फिर कोई ऐसी कर्म की भी हानि होगी जिससे फिर कोई न कोई दुख रहेगा। तो ये सभी चीजें जो है कि सब चीजों का सुख प्राप्त रहे, उसको कहा जाएगा कर्म श्रेष्ठ। तो बाप बैठ कर करके अभी वो चीज हमको सिखाते हैं जिससे हमारे सर्व कर्म अथवा श्रेष्ठ कर्म जिसको कहा जाता है, सब तरह से कर्मों की श्रेष्ठता की प्रारब्ध हमको प्राप्त रहे, और जिसी प्रारब्ध से फिर हम सदा सुख को पाते हैं। तो सदा सुख और सर्व सुख प्राप्त करने के लिए हमारे उच्च में उच्च जो कर्म है ना, वो बैठ कर करके बाप सिखाते हैं। इसीलिए कहा जाता है कि जो बाप ने बैठ करके कर्म सिखलाया ना, इसीलिए अपने कर्मों के लिए कहा है कि मेरा कर्म योग सबसे श्रेष्ठ है और उसके ऊपर फिर कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है। तो मैं जो आकर करके कर्म कराना सिखलाता हूँ वो सबसे श्रेष्ठ है। और उसको ही कहा कि ये कर्म योग राजयोग, यानी जिस प्राप्ति का राजाई का अथवा जो मैं एस्टेब्लिश करता हूँ राजाई, अथवा जो मैं आकर के दुनिया बनाता हूँ, उसी श्रेष्ठ दुनिया के ऊपर कोई फिर दूसरी तो बात है ही नहीं ना। तो ये सभी चीजों को समझना है कि अभी जो हमको बाप के द्वारा ये कर्म कराने की जो शिक्षा मिलती है, ये है सबसे उच्च। इसीलिए इनको कहा है कि कर्म श्रेष्ठ अथवा कर्म की उच्च प्रारब्ध अभी बैठ कर करके बाप सिखाते हैं। तो इन बातों में रख कर करके अपनी बुद्धि को कि हमको अपना कर्म करना है, और जो अभी बाप के द्वारा ये मत मिल रही है, ये उनकी मत है नहीं, बाप की डायरेक्ट। तो अभी जो उनकी मत मिल रही है उसकी ले कर करके अभी हमको अपने कर्म में रहना है। बाकी तो बाप बैठ के समझाते हैं कि अच्छा तुमने कभी कर्म किया था और ऐसी प्रारब्ध पाई थी जिसका भी तो देखो निशान है ना कि तुमने ये किया था। तो वो ड्रामा भी समझाते हैं कि ऐसे नहीं है, जो चीज हुई है वो फिर होने की है, उसी आधार पर समझाते हैं कि नहीं तुम आगे थे ऊंचे, फिर कैसे तुम्हारा देखो ये सब नीचे चले आए, अभी फिर तुमको आकर के वो टाइम हुआ है, अभी फिर मैं आया हूँ तुमको ऊंचा उठाने के लिए। तो वो सारा चक्कर है सृष्टि का, वो बैठ के समझाते हैं कि कैसा तुम ऊंचा था, अभी नीचे हुए फिर ऊंचा होते हो, वो चक्कर बैठ के समझाते हैं। बाकी हमको करना तो कर्म है ना, ऊंचा उठेंगे भी तो कर्म से ना, गिरे तो भी अपने कर्म उल्टे बनाए तभी तो गिरे ना, कारण तो फिर भी कर्मों का देना पड़ेगा ना। तो इसीलिए इस बातों में भी भाई ड्रामा है, ड्रामा के कारण ही हम गिरे और ड्रामा से हम चले, लेकिन ड्रामा में भी चढ़ेंगे कैसे, उनके भी कोई नेम है ना। तो नियमों को भी समझना है कि हम करेंगे तो पाएंगे, अगर नहीं करेंगे तो समझेंगे इसका ड्रामा में पार्ट नहीं है। ड्रामा तभी समझेंगे कि जब भी समझेंगे कि अच्छा ये पुरुषार्थ नहीं करता है, तो समझेंगे हाँ इनका ड्रामा में नहीं पार्ट है। परंतु हमको करने के लिए तो करना पड़ेगा नहीं, पुरुषार्थ करेंगे तब तो पाएंगे ना। अगर अभी हम समझे कि नहीं हमारा ड्रामा में होगा तो हम अपने आप ही चलेंगे, फिर कुछ नहीं करे, फिर हमारी क्या पड़ी इतनी मेहनत करे बैठ करके। ये क्यों हम करते हैं, ये करते हैं इसीलिए समझते नहीं जो हम करेंगे तो पाएंगे। तो अपने करने के ऊपर ही तो पाने का आधार है ना।
कैसे करें हम शुक्रिया मम्मा तेरे उपकार का, प्यार देकर अर्थ समझाया है सच्चे प्यार का। कैसे करें हम शुक्रिया मम्मा तेरे उपकार का।
Shanti. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we'll be having Sanskar Murli English from 5 to 6:10 p.m. And of course, tomorrow we'll be offering book and other schedule will be the same. So now we will get our homework and we'll do drill. So would like to invite our dear angel sister, Sister Nora. Welcome.
Om Shanti. Very lovely to be here with the family, with Didi, Bhumi Ben, the team. Very beautiful sharing today from Didi. Really touched my heart because of things that I was also thinking about since Amrit Vela. And it's interesting, Mohini Didi talked about Ekras, because that was the final experience I was having with Bapdada at Amrit Vela. It's this feeling of Baba's drishti taking me into this experience of victory. And what it led me to think about was the essence of what I took from Didi sharing was this word and this feeling of depth, and how much we need more depth in our study, our journey, our life. And throughout the day, I started to also realize just how much is aligned with what Didi was sharing about, that our mind, our intellect, we don't, after a while, realize that we think too much. And it feels like as we continue to make progress in this study, we start to feel that there's a lot more thinking that is happening than is needed. And so today, actually, I was thinking so much about introversion, the relationship between introversion and silence. So Didi is sharing, just pick one thing, just one quality, one relationship with Baba, to go into that experience. So I was reminded when Daddy Janki had mentioned early last year, it was after one of Abdada's Abhyakta Milan, and she was sharing that Babdada's drishti takes us into silence, and that I was really feeling that today. Take one quality, and at least for myself, it feels like there needs to be a lot of trust and a lot of faith in that I have that capacity to go into that experience. And furthermore, about what Didi was sharing, I was also feeling that as well, of the capacity to make decisions, the capacity to see things inside differently, see even things that are going on when there's more silence, when there's more accumulation. And so I am very much looking forward to this chance to experiment, but I feel it's very much in keeping with some of the things I'm focusing on as well. And so I was very touched. This piece of belonging to Baba, and he had said that in Murli today, is that when you belong to him, you have donated the 5 vices, and Baba has given these indicators. And so for us to go into that experience ourselves, it's very satisfying. Very much looking forward to experimenting more. So we will look at the homework now. Constant and stable. Do you always remain stable in the stage of belonging to the one Father and none other? This stage is called a constant stage because where you belong to one, you will be constant and steady. So now we will experience the drill together. Om Shanti.
Ek ras, constant and stable. Do you always remain stable in the stage of belonging to the one Father and none other? This stage is called a constant stage because where you belong to one, you will be constant and steady.
एक रस, एक बाप दूसरा न कोई, इसी स्थिति में स्थित रहते हो। इसी स्थिति को ही एक रस स्थिति कहा जाता है, क्योंकि जहाँ एक है वहाँ एक रस है।
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone, and good night. Om Shanti.